Entry 18. This is really the last time I get to hang out in Japan. So I was sick, but I was determined to have at least some fun. We didn't get out until late that night, so that ended up screwing us later. But now we started off with Bon Esan Thai-style restaurant. We got this food. I believe what Midori got there was coconut-style ramen soup, and I don't remember what I got. I have no idea what it is. It was delicious, though. I do remember that. And while we were around Koenji, we hit up a Village Vanguard and played around with anime classes. After that, we farted around in Midori's apartment, and she found some Hello Kitty glasses, and we both had a lot of fun just putting those on. We both goofed off with those. Koenji has the spot. It's like the main street of Koenji where there are just a ton of used shops and just a ton of places to go. There's a candy shop. There's a ton of places you can eat, and they have a snack stall right out in front where you can get oyaki, which is kind of like a pancake with delicious sugary filling inside. I believe I got apple on the inside of mine, and then she got some kind of cream-filled one, which is also pretty good. But you know, I like the apple one, so. After that, we went to a ton of used shops, and I don't have a whole lot of photos or anything of those, but I do have a picture of a actual vintage Gremlin statue that we found in one of them. I kind of wanted to buy it, but it was like $400. I was even more ill the night before my flight, but we were determined to eat, I was determined to eat some kind of spicy food. We went to the Chinese place across the street from where she lives, and they have lots of Chinese style stuff. I mean, it's still Japanese food, I guess, but it's like Chinese style Japanese food. So essentially, it's Japanese food but spicier. We ate that, and that was really, really good. We have a whole big section of food here, which you can see, which is a typical fashion of us when we go out to eat. We order an entire table of food. That night, we pretty much went to bed relatively early. That was our last night together in Japan. The next day I woke to a cute little note from her, and I had to work on packing up all my bags, eating lunch, and having my last Japanese beer before I got on the train. The train ride was about an hour. It seemed excruciatingly long at the time. I really didn't want to leave Japan, and it was just not the, I don't know, it was really surreal to sit there thinking back to all the things that I've experienced and recognizing the fact that I'm leaving the country. I mean, it was just a strange time in my head. I don't know any smart, cool way to say it. It was just a weird thing to experience leaving a country where I have done all this cool stuff. It's cool in my book, at least. Yeah. Almost a full hour and a half later, after going on the train and then going on a tram, I'm sitting in the plane and taking off, and I'm thinking about Midori, and I'm thinking about all of the cool stuff I've seen. And right before I left, I got to see one last man-sized Gundam in the Japanese toys section of the airport. I don't know. It was a tough time leaving. That's really all I can say. Is I felt in my time in Japan, I got used to it faster than I thought I would. I really, honestly, I made Japan my home. That little tiny hotel room of mine, I felt like home after only a week. And I really, even though it was tiny and uncomfortable, and all of the other foreigners were really weird and annoying, it became home really fast, and it was my hub. And you know, in 10 minutes I could go to Akihabara, I could go visit my girlfriend, I could go to, you know, delicious restaurants, I could go play Initial D arcade if I wanted to, I could go see a temple, I could go see a castle if I wanted to. You know, it was in the center of everything, and I'd be leaving that for the first time in 5 weeks, and it was really, you know, a surreal moment, seeing the skyline from the top and recognizing that I'm going back to a small town from the biggest city in the world. And this is really it. This is the last time that I'm in Japan. I am in the clouds right now. I'm getting ready to go to sleep, and when I wake up, I will be in Toronto, Canada. And that's really it for Japan, at least for 2015. That's the last time I saw her. It was a good trip. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and shut this one down, but you know what? I'm going to add another video. Maybe I'll add 2 more, and I'll kind of just go over what I thought of everything. And I know, you know, I'm not that interesting of a guy or anything, but this is important, at least for me, to have this sort of vocal record, this journal, to put my thoughts somewhere where they're semi-permanent, so I can come back to them later and remember what it was like to visit another culture in another country for the first time. Because you can forget that stuff. Life can get really complicated sometimes, and you can forget what it's like to do something amazing, and you can get lost in your job or your whatever you're stuck in. And I think that's really why these videos are important to me. That, and I've seen the Terminator too many times to not want to record something cool I've done. Too bad I don't have a Jeep Renegade to record everything in. So, well, this is the last time I've been in Japan. It's December 3rd, 2015. I'll see you in Toronto.